Life can feel like it takes place on a racetrack. Do you ever notice how the days go by so fast you barely have time to catch your breath? It's too fast to fit in things that keep you healthy, like exercise and sleep. And then it goes too fast to actually enjoy them when you do get to them. And sometimes it's so fast that it leaves you with guilt over missing family moments, like meeting your child at the bus stop, or waking them up for school, or checking on your sick teen who's tucked away in their bedroom. But here's the truth: life doesn't have to get away from you like this. You have the power to pump the brakes and regain control. Today, I share how to slow down time with three simple shifts that help you reclaim calm, presence, and joy. Keep listening. You'll be so glad you did. Find the full transcript and bonus resources for physician moms at inspiredmommds.com/77. Hi, you're listening to the Inspired Mom MDs podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Cindy Van Praag. I help physician moms reconnect with what truly matters by taking back control of their time and energy so they can thrive at work and at home. Every now and then, I just want to remind you all of what I do here at Inspired Mom MDs. I help high achieving women in medicine that feel trapped by exhaustion and overwhelm and loss of agency to reclaim control over their schedule and self care. Imagine waking up feeling refreshed and moving through your day with focus and calm, and ending each evening without guilt, but with a feeling of satisfaction. I had this transformation and learned the skills to help others get it too. I met a fellow woman physician who revolutionized my way of thinking. She was an unbiased thinking partner that guided me back to clarity and energy and joy. And after 3 months with her, I learned to reshape how I cared for myself, and that affected everyone who depends on me too. Inspired by that breakthrough, I created Inspired Mom MDs, which is my opportunity to help people one on one. I offer a 4 month program, which is a strategic and very personalized experience where you learn to map your time and energy. So you reclaim hours every week to do what fuels you. You build your energy renewal rituals like sleep habits or nutritional changes and mindset shifts. You reframe your inner narrative to banish that guilt and take back agency. And finally, you prioritize what matters most to you so you can thrive wherever you are in life. This is just an outline of what's possible. You are in control of what we discuss. You'll emerge with a clear roadmap with reasonable, actionable steps each week to reach your goals. Ready to see if this is your next step? I invite you to a free clarity call. This is a judgment-free zone to explore your vision and how I can support you. Head to inspiredmommds.com, work with Cindy Page to grab your spot. You can thrive in your practice, in your home, and most importantly, in your own personal life. Now, on to today's topic. It was about 8 p.m. on Sunday night, and I was trying to relax in the evening, and I had had a pretty good weekend. I got some time in for chores, which was satisfying, and time to relax. But then my mind jumped to work. And the next 2 days, I had early cases that would last most of the day, plus that long commute home. And it was a little daunting. And so I said out loud, I hope the next 2 days just fly by. And then I looked at my daughter and I instantly regretted saying that because it's the exact opposite of what I teach. So skip ahead 48 hours later, and indeed the hours flew by. I got what I wished for, but at what expense? I was wishing for time to speed up, to spare the bitter parts of my schedule at the expense of the sweet parts. Now, at this point of my middle-aged life, I've learned a few things. I try to savor the moments. I treat each holiday with family with more care and attention. And I don't take for granted the gift of waking up each day. But when the sticky stuff arrives, I fall back on this racetrack mentality. My focus is the finish line, not the scenery along the way. And the scenery is composed of what matters. It's the stuff that you do want to stop and enjoy. It's the stuff that's not on the schedule, which for me could be reading one of my many books I have around the house in progress. Or it's making my next batch of granola, which brings me so much happiness. What brings you happiness and joy? When are the moments you find yourself smiling and laughing? When are the moments you wish could last just a little bit longer? And are you missing out on these things when life goes too fast? If the answer is yes, whether it's a hell yes to yes on some days, I want to tell you today that you have the power to take those back by pumping the brakes on time and regaining control of your race car. You can make small choices that will have a big impact on being able to enjoy those things that really matter to you and your family and feed your overall well being. The secret is awareness at first. Like when I announced that I want 48 hours of speed by in a flash, that moment of regret when I said that was my awareness. That was the moment I could have made an opposite choice. And hindsight is amazing, isn't it? With the luxury of time to think and the absence of emotion and fatigue, the world seems so much more clear. Now I see that was an opportunity to redirect my focus on slowing time down to the things that really bring me joy and satisfaction. During 2 hectic workdays, that might look like treating myself to a store-bought coffee on the way to work, or doing my morning meditation in the car, or setting aside my to-do list to seek out my teen and just talk to her for 5 minutes before she runs out the door. Or I can savor dinner that my husband heated up and all I had to do was walk in the kitchen. Those moments are like milestones worth slowing down for. They are things that nourish my soul. With practice and putting awareness on your mental radar, it becomes easier to notice when you're either wishing for time to speed up or find yourself inadvertently already going 110 miles per hour. So now what? Just being aware is only the first step. Here are 3 ways to slow it down and regain the good moments in life. First, you can change your routine. Routine itself is autopilot for your brain. It reduces decision fatigue and allows you to just coast through moments while you're busy thinking about other things. The simple example is driving home and not remembering all the turns that you made. That happened to me because I was busy thinking about my kid. I need to get home and order my college freshman an umbrella because even though I told him several times to pack one, he didn't. And so my mind's going in circles about letting him learn this lesson and go without, or do I do an Amazon rescue? And did he already learn his lesson? I think he did. He texted me, yeah, you're right. I needed an umbrella. I'm like, yes. So in the end, I did order one so he didn't have to go overspend on the college campus bookstore. So my drive home was on autopilot, just like the rest of the day can be after I walk in the door and start my routine at home. Or I can choose to break this routine. The science of doing something new means you're engaging new areas of your brain. And what's the effect? Well, there is a perception that time slows down. You're more involved in the moment. You're recording new memories. You're engaged in something novel. A second way to slow down time would be to use the power of pause. A pause in your day is about making time. It's capturing the minutes that would normally slip by and using them constructively. You can listen to your inner voice and signals that your body may be sending, like, what is that ache in my lower back? Or, wow, I must have yawned 10 times today at work. I think maybe I should go to bed 20 minutes earlier tonight. So, those moments of pause can also spark creativity and clarity as your brain solves all these little problems running around in your head. That pause also grants you peace and calm to refocus on what matters. It allows you to slow down time a bit and regain attention and awareness of what will happen next in your day. Now, the third way is to choose joy to stretch out your time. It is known that emotions have an effect on the perception of time too. It's fascinating. And this is why the feelings of dread and boredom and fear seem to stretch out an unpleasant experience, while the benign experience of driving home whips by. But the opposite is also true for positive emotions. When you feel excitement and happiness and joy, those also can help you tune into the present moment and not let it slip by. This is not to put pressure on yourself to pursue happiness, which paradoxically decreases happiness, but it's to focus on activities or people that bring you joy without being invested in achieving a particular outcome. It's just the focus. It would be like me sitting down with a great book with a goal of feeling absorbed and intrigued and relaxed all in one, but finding that I experienced none of those things. And I can barely remember what I read. And you know what? It's all good. Tomorrow may be different. There's just no pressure to have an amazing experience each time I focus on something fun. But those days that I really get into my book or I dance in the kitchen while my new batch of granola is baking are priceless. So sprinkle more intentional moments of happiness into your day and see what happens. As you think about your own days, I invite you to notice, where are you speeding through life? Where could you gently press the brakes? It doesn't take huge changes, just small intentional choices. So here's what I would love for you to take away today. You have the power to pump the brakes on time, not just because you need to cram more in your day, but because slowing down lets you actually experience more of the joy that's already there. And remember 3 ways: change your routine. Doing something new engages your brain in fresh ways and creates the perception that time slows down. Or take a pause. Those small pauses give you clarity and peace and awareness to tune back into what matters. Or choose moments that bring joy. Moments of happiness and meaning help you drop into the present, and time feels richer and more expansive. Life doesn't have to feel like a racetrack. You get to set the pace. And when you do, you'll notice more of the moments that bring laughter and connection and fulfillment, the ones that you don't want to miss. Don't forget to join me next week for another dose of support and inspiration. And until then, take care of yourselves and take care of those who matter most. It's time to take control and thrive. Thank you for tuning in today to the Inspired Mom MDs podcast. If this episode resonates with you, please share it with a friend who may benefit too. And I humbly ask you to please leave a review so other Dr. Moms can find me too. It helps. And just a quick reminder, this podcast is for informational and educational purposes only and isn't a substitute for medical advice or care. I'm a board certified physician, but this content isn't connected to my clinical practice, and no doctor-patient relationship is formed here. Please always talk to your own health provider about any mental or physical health concerns. And as always, take what helps and leave the rest. Please see inspiredmommds.com for full disclaimer.